How's it going, everybody? My name is Absalom and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over how to unlock Pack-a-Punch on Dead of the Night, and because there's a number of things you need to know going into this, I've tried my best to simplify this guide. So let's get started with the first step, which is going to be activating the Sentinel artifact right here in spawn. Now that that's done, you will need to find 3 vases around the map that have seer stones in them. The first location is in the master bedroom, and you will know which one of these 3 vases has the stone in it because smoke will be coming out of that vase. Once you locate it, break the vase to reveal the stone, and now I'm going to cover the other 2 areas for the other 2 stones before covering what to do after you break the vase. So the next area is in the wine cellar, and there are only 2 vases in this area. The first one is on the left side of the room, and the other is on the right on top of that table. To get the third stone, head to the library where you'll see the first vase right when you walk in. The second vase will be right behind that on this table, and if it's not there, then the third location for the third stone is up the stairs and on top of this little table. So now that you have your 3 stones, you will need to kill zombies next to each vase until you hear an activation noise. And that's when you will be able to interact with each stone, and after interacting with it, you will see an object that will correlate to a task around the map. So because there are 12 different tasks, I'm going to try to simplify this as best I can. So I've broken this down into 3 categories because every single game is random, but what isn't random is that you will always get a clock in one stone, an object or painting in the other, and a perk in the last one. So based on what you see, you will need to accomplish that task for all 3 stones. So I'm going to start with the clock category and show you all 3 possible clocks that you might see, and after I will show you how to complete each task. So starting with the clock category, the first one that you might see will be a very small clock, and this one relates to the billiards room. The next one might be a grandfather clock, and this one relates to the dining room. The last one would be another grandfather clock, but this one has a symbol on it, and that one relates to the main hall. So depending on what clock you get, you need to go to that clock, and you should notice that the hands on the clock are spinning wildly, signifying that you are at the right one. After holding interact on the clock, you will then start your trial. A blue clock will appear on the ground and it'll start to count the hours. Also, zombies with blue eyes will then spawn in and start to chase after you. Your job is to kill the onslaught of zombies while it counts to midnight. So once the clock strikes 12, the blue clock should disappear and a tuning fork will spawn in that you need to collect. So now I'm going to show you the other 2 possible clocks that you might get in your stone, with the first being in the dining room. If you forget which clock goes to which area, an easy way is just to run to all 3 clocks until you see the one with the hands that are spinning. All 3 of these trials for the clocks work the exact same way, so just complete your trial and collect the tuning fork. The last possible location is in the main hall, and it's right here by the main entrance. So once you've completed the clock that you had and you got your tuning fork, now we can move on to the next category of objects and paintings. There's 7 different things you might see in this category, the first being a super creepy doll. The next would be a noose. If it's not a noose, then it would be a scroll. And if it's not the scroll, then it would be this super creepy lady with her hands scratched out. If it's not the lady, then it'll be this lady and this old man in the umbrella. If it's not that, then it'll be this lady wearing red. And if it's not that, then it'll be this maid. Okay, so I know that's a lot of things, and I'm going to break down each one. So the first that you might see is a doll, in which case you need to come to the entrance hall, which is right above spawn, and then you're going to hold interact on that doll. So after holding interact, now you will see a ghost spawn in, and now your job is to escort this ghost. These ghosts will go to specific spots on the map, so you need to stay close to the ghost in order to make it move. Eventually the ghost will reach its destination, and then the tuning fork should spawn out of the object. So because all 7 of these items work the exact same way with an escort mission, I'm going to save some time by not showing you every single escort, but I am going to show you where you need to go for each item in order to start the escort. So if your item was the noose, then you need to make your way down to the wine cellar, where on the back of this chair you will see a noose that you'll be able to interact with. If your item was the parchment or scroll, then go to the study right above the library, where you'll see that chest on the shelf that you can interact with. The next item could have been a painting with the woman and her hands being scratched out, so go to the music room where you'll see that painting on the wall and then hold interact. If it's not that, then the next possible thing would have been the painting with the woman and the man in the umbrella, so you need to go to the smoking room right outside the billiards room, and then you can interact with that painting. If your item was the lady wearing a red dress, then you need to make your way to the East Gallery right in spawn, and then you can interact with that painting on the wall. The last possible item that you would have seen would have been the maid painting, so you need to make your way to the tea room, which is again in spawn, and you'll see it on the wall, and you can hold interact with it. And again, a quick reminder that all 7 of these objects or paintings work the exact same way, where you just interact with the object, and then you escort the ghost to where it wants to go. After the ghost gets there, then you should be able to pick up the tuning fork from the item that the ghost ends its escort at. Once you pick up your tuning fork, now you can move on to the third and final category, which is the perk system. So in this category, there is 3 possible perks you might see. The first would be the Ra perk, the second would be the Odin perk, and then the third would be the Zeus perk. The Seer Stone is never going to present the Danu perk as one of the options. So now to get this tuning fork, you need to go to the perk that was shown and then you need to survive a vampire trial. All you have to do is kill around 5 vampires and then eventually one of the vampires will drop a tuning fork. You don't need to stay in the area that is blue or marked in order to get this to work. It's also important that you know that the trial can only take place at the garden perk and at the mausoleum perk. So just go to either side of the map until you find the perk that you were looking for. Also, just a quick reminder that the Odin, Zeus, and Ra perks will be completely random every single game. Once you've picked up all 3 tuning forks and you've completed all 3 trials, now you're ready to open up Pack-a-Punch. So head to the Forest Terrace, which is located at the front of the house, and you'll see this monstrosity of dark matter that is latched onto this gateway. Hold interact on this matter and place the tuning forks. You will then notice that the matter will start to break apart and a gateway will open. Once the gateway opens, you have now opened up the forest area of the map as well as Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch is at the very back of the forest and it'll stay there the whole game. So just a heads up that upon opening up the gate, a werewolf will then spawn into the game. So that's when I recommend crafting silver bullets in order to help take them down quickly, and this will also help you out through the Easter egg. So I've linked my full guide on how to craft the silver bullets below in order to help you out. Okay, that is everything I have on how to open up Pack-a-Punch on Dead of the Night. My name is Absalom, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.